What's up guys, and welcome back to another part in the Tales of Berseria playthrough. So in the last part we ran into the dragon, which is a Moloch that ended up turning into that because of malevolence, and Zavid came and stopped us because he knows, who that dragon was before, which seems like it was probably his girlfriend from the way it looks. But let's go ahead and check our expedition.
A new
Scout.
So now we have to, let's see. Yeah, return to Titania. Now this part right here where we need the unicorn's horn for this side quest, we can't get up there yet still. So we can't do that side quest any further yet, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, doesn't look like we would be able to. So we need to go back to Titania, which let's go ahead and warp back to Logris. And then we'll just go ahead and walk all the way here. We do have the geo board as well now, so faster traveling, but we still need to go and access those points in the map so we can use our geo board in the map. So like for example, there's one right up here, so we can access that and then we can use it in the map. So let's go ahead and grab that. Now when you're seeing this video, probably the other videos before this one, I do mention, of course, the Fractured Daydream open network test that was for the weekend. That has already passed. As soon as the servers went up for it, it's funny because nobody could get in because the servers had so many people that they had to go into maintenance for about an hour just to be able to play, which they did extend the time period for the play test. They let you play longer than what they originally scheduled, but it's funny that happened.
Toidles. Keeping tight circles. Oh, perfect timing, Eisen. I's got a letter for you.
A letter?
Did you get a reply to that letter you sent? What's it say? What's it say?
I know everything that you've done. Repent for your horrendous deeds, you monster.
What did you do, Eisen?
No idea. There's no sender written on here either.
Who would write something so awful?
If I remember right, this would be a side
If I gave a
quest.
damn about other people's feelings, I wouldn't be a pirate.
I suppose that's true.
Forget about it. What's the status of the other stuff?
The Palmier made it just fine. But we've run into some troubles finding the Nordals. My deepest apologies.
What are Nordals?
Nordals used to be given out by Empyrean temples. If you collect a set of 4, you'd find happiness. Oh, so they said. Nowadays, there's only 4 left. Red, blue, green, and black. Even worse, nobody hardly knows nothing about them.
Dolls of the Empyreans. Do you think they're like that one we saw of Aminoch in that shop in Isolt?
Wonder why they
Kind
don't
of,
sell them anymore.
But these are less gloomy looking and more, how can I
Also, if you hear
describe it?
noise in the background,
Something
sorry,
like a
that is a
quiet
vacuum
radiance?
going.
A quiet radiance. That's perfect!
I think I get it.
I'd never have pegged you as a collector of religious claptrap, Eisen. Think they'll help keep the Reaper away?
Probably not. But in the off chance they actually work, they'll keep her safe.
Hey, that letter Eisen sent off earlier was addressed to a woman, wasn't it?
Our little Laffy set is growing up.
No, I wasn't implying she was his girlfriend. Her writing just seemed more mature, and...
The girl's just giving the look.
It's nothing like that. She's my younger sister.
I didn't know you
So
had a
now
sister.
we know.
She's the only family I have left. She and I live apart for various reasons.
I'm guessing your death curse is one of them, huh?
Mogiloo!
So that's why. I'd be happy to help you look for those dolls, Eisen.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Thanks.
So, we got a little side quest for that.
I saw Benwick
Cats
and the
or
other crew
dogs?
members get into a serious fight over whether cats or dogs were better. I don't get what the big deal is.
I can't believe you could say such a thing! No conflict is more perilous than the one that has dogged mankind since the dawn of civilization! In the shadow of every war are the battles of dog lovers and cat lovers. Between each side lies a divide. Maybe
Let me
not
know
all
which
that
one
deep,
you guys
but
prefer.
unbridgeable all the
Personally,
same.
I would prefer
I'd say
cats
we're
more
lucky
because
that
they're
the
more
squabble you saw
quiet.
didn't escalate into anything
Especially if
more
you have hardwood
serious.
floors, you don't have to
I
listen
had
to
no
claws
idea
constantly
it was
like
such
a
big
dog.
deal. So
But
what
I
side
like,
do all of you,
you know,
fall
both of them. I just
on?
prefer cats
I
more.
am, without a doubt, a cat person. Cats and witches have a long history together.
Personally, I prefer dogs because they can cohabit with humans while following rules. But I like cats too, because they're cute.
What about you, Rokuro?
Shigure liked cats, so I don't. But I like dogs even less. Always wagging their tails for their masters.
I feel the
Dang,
same
bro.
way. Dogs will trade anything for food. Learning tricks, wagging their tails, getting friendly, and in time, even forgetting to howl.
I think that's too cynical. Dogs make efforts to please humans so that we can live together. They're friendly and compassionate creatures.
Then does that make you a cat person, Aizen?
Actually, I like squirrels best.
Squirrels,
When I lived
wow.
with my sister, the nearby forest had lots of nice, fluffy squirrels that would let me pet them.
This isn't about squirrels. It's about cats and dogs. You have to pick a side.
If I had to choose, yeah, it'd be cats. There's something lovable about the way they act, especially when you spoil them. Reminds me a lot of my sister.
What about you, Velvet? Cats or dogs?
Dogs. They don't betray you.
You always have to be so
Pretty true.
serious, don't you?
Pretty
so
true.
Velvet and Eleanor like dogs, while Magilu and Aizen prefer cats.
And Rokuro doesn't care for either one. That makes you our tiebreaker, kiddo. The fate of this showdown is in your hands.
It is?
Now that you're no longer the Abbey's dog, perhaps you're thinking of being one for Velvet's column?
What has that got to do with anything? We're just talking about which animal we like.
If you're getting so angry over this, he's going to have no choice but to pick dogs.
I just told you.
No more fighting! This is clearly getting out of hand, so why don't you all agree that you're Bienfu people and make up already?
And what makes you special enough to
Bienfu
have
people?
Bienfu people?
Because I can be loyal like a dog, but also do my own thing like a cat. If you pick me, everybody wins. I don't think it works that way.
Cool. And I don't know if I mentioned it within like the last video or so, but I did catch up reading Trinity 7. The latest arc for it is pretty nice, but there's still that very uneven power scaling in the manga. It's just so outrageous. It reminds me of Misfit of the Demon King Academy. We also have a code red to turn in. I also finished reading Neon Genesis Evangelion, and that was really good. I know it's got differences from the anime, but it was really good. Very cryptic with it and everything. So, really enjoyed that one. Recommend reading it, or if like you're not into watching that old 1995 style, you know, read it for sure. But overall, it's really good. And I'm not into mecha animes really like that, so for me to like it, it's good. And I want to say, don't go into it looking at it as just a mecha. Watch it like it's a psychological drama, because that's pretty much mainly what it is a psychological drama with mecha. But mainly psychological drama.
I guess a dragon was a bit much to take on, even for the Reaper. You should get some rest.
We all should. I'll just get the crew started on readying the ship for our next departure.
All right, you go do that. Laphicet, you should get some rest too.
I'm fine. It's more important that I focus on finding an actual Therian this time. I'm going to take another try at sensing the Earth Pulse points.
You're as stubborn as ever, Fee.
But yeah, it was very good. Like I said, go into it looking at it as a psychological drama first. I can understand that people will not like the MC at first and stuff because he is wimpy and everything, but you gotta remember, this is a 14-year-old fighting angels with the whole world on his shoulders and everything on top of whatever problems he has. So keep that in mind if you ever watch it or decide to read it. But I can highly recommend it. Liked it so much, I'm gonna read the other manga, which looks like it's mainly a school setting. And then I'm gonna check out the light novel, which apparently is like an alternate story if like the MC became a real hero. And I'm gonna check out the movies and stuff as well. I'm currently watching the anime, about halfway through with it. And one other one I finished reading recently, just last night, was The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. And that by far is my favorite like game in the whole entire Zelda series. I completely put Twilight Princess at #1. And the manga is nice. It's got differences. It's like it follows the original story, but it also has its own original plot lines. And it was really good. You get to see one new character, which literally like doesn't pop up at the end from what I remember. They didn't pop up anymore after one chapter, which was kind of strange. And you got other new characters, they pop up at the end and stuff. But overall, everything is pretty faithful, just with the twist of its own original plot line. They ship Link and Midna more, which is awesome. But the ending stays the same, sadly. I wish it would have done its own original ending. It somewhat did, but at the same time it didn't. Overall, really good. If you're a fan of Legend of Zelda and you like Twilight Princess, definitely give that a read. It's 11 or 10 volumes, I believe. 10 or 11. Really quick read, too. Really quick. Obviously, a lot of stuff is skipped, mainly from its game version, and more condensed to fit into a book format, but overall, very good. I'll probably end up checking out some of the other ones for the series as well.
Don't push yourself
mainly
too
like
hard now,
Ocarina of
Lofty. You hear me?
I hear you.
So let's see where
I
our
told
next
everyone
one
I
will
could
be.
find the Therians, but I've only sent us to the wrong places. Aizen, is there any way to boost Amalok's powers?
I guess it's okay for me to tell you this. The majority of Malakim today have their consciousnesses sealed away to be used as mere tools for the exorcists. But originally, Malakim were beings who received prayers from people, and in return bestowed their blessings upon nature and mankind.
So you're saying that when humans pray to Amalok, the Malak receives great strength?
Yes. In general, at least. Some Malakim, like me, buck the system and bring about misfortune rather than divine grace.
Oh, that's unfortunate. But
Just,
who would
oh,
ever
that's
pray to
unfortunate.
me?
Maybe you didn't lead us to any Therians, Fee, but it's not like we came back empty-handed. We found Orichalcum to use against Shigure, and we also learned we can hold our own against a dragon.
Velvet,
So where should we go next, Fee?
Northgand! There's a big Earth Pulse point north of Hellawes.
Works for me. Aizen?
We can leave whenever you want. Doesn't matter to me.
And I'm all set.
Okay.
Let's make our way to the harbor.
So we're at
When
least
I
going to
say
be going to where that
prayers,
side quest
I
is.
don't mean outright worshipping. All I'm talking about are earnest thoughts and feelings directed at you.
I see. So I'm already receiving prayers then.
Alright, let's go. See what kind of thing we'll find at that Earth Pulse point. I don't remember at all which point that is. The only two places I know... Well, the only two Therians that I know are left, really. I just don't remember their locations, but we will end up seeing. I don't want to spoil them, but one of them is going to be pretty interesting to go to. Been playing more of the Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel, and the second game. And I think I'm in Act 2 right now, which is like, there's only Act 1 and Act 2, but there's different sub parts in those acts. But I think I'm in Act 2 of that one now. That one's been really fun too. It's got the same mechanics, but it's got new features in it compared to the first one. So it's really nice. It's like a breath of fresh air, but also a sense of, you know, returning to the same place, if that makes sense. Keeping the old roots, but having a breath of fresh air.
Our next target is north of Hellawes, near the Faldi's ruins. In light of everything we know, I'd say it's highly likely we'll find a Therian there.
Let's hope.
Then we should
Faldi's
make our
ruins.
first stop, Port Hellawes.
With the mischief we got into last time, getting into the city might prove difficult.
Benwick, how are things in Hellawes right now?
That shipping guild that used to handle our mooring is pretty much toast. But for some reason, the Abbey isn't watching the port as much as they once were. Unfamiliar ships have been hauling in relief supplies, so if we pose as one of the transport ships, I think we can slip in. And if we divert some supplies to an unofficial channel, we might be able to secure a new mooring partner.
Smuggling in relief supplies for our own disaster. Cheeky bastards, aren't we?
It's what'll get us in.
That much is true. It's a plan.
Roger. I'll get right on it.
Kind of surprised they wouldn't dock, you know, when we first got to Hellawes, where we like shipwrecked. I'm surprised they wouldn't dock
Hey,
there.
Eleanor. Abbey exorcists don't pray to their tethered Malachim, do they?
You mean something besides our oaths?
An oath is a magical formula that grants you power in exchange for binding you to a rule, right?
Yes, though that is simplifying it a bit.
When Malachim receive human prayers, they bestow their blessings upon people and nature. Eisen told me that we Malachim grow stronger when humans pray to us.
Prayers and blessings? I've never heard of that. I used to think the same way as the other exorcists. Malachim are merely tools that allow us the use of arts.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
But Innominat is different. The exorcists all worship him. They have faith in his mighty power. And not only that,
So much more
the people
power
of this
than...
nation pray to the Empyrean for salvation, just as Artorias instructs them.
Ah, I get it now.
See the wheels turning, do you, kiddo?
Huh?
Artorias founded the Abbey within the existing Church of the Empyreans, so that he could direct the people's thoughts towards Innominat, so that even while they lionize Artorias as their savior, they are made aware of Innominat's presence behind him.
Everyone starts believing in Innominat. The prayers of the entire world go to him, becoming his power.
After the
Which would be
centuries-long
a
decline of Empyrean
crap
worship,
ton of power.
he becomes stronger than anyone today could imagine.
The pieces do fit. Oaths, prayers, blessings, the demon blight. So much in this world is affected by matters of the heart. They hold magical power, both effective and meddlesome.
We are truly going up against the rest of the entire world, aren't we?
Don't look so troubled, Eleanor. I'm gonna do my best to get stronger, so believe in me. I am a Malak, after all.
Oh, Laphicet, you've become so brave so quickly.
Have I?
But you're still cute when you get embarrassed.
Hey, Why's your face so red?
Huh? My face isn't red.
Huh?
Dang, Eisen with the glasses.
Hey, Eisen. What's it feel like to get a letter?
I don't feel anything, nor do I want or need to. There's no joy in receiving these things.
Huh? Why
When he
not?
was just smiling.
Don't be so shocked. Look, it's just an invoice from the turtles. What's the big deal anyway? Do you wish you get letters too?
Yeah. But I don't have anyone to send letters to. Let alone anyone who would send me any.
Laffy said, I've got a letter for you.
What? Really? Who could it be from? The sender is... Bienfu?
Yup. You got a letter from yours truly. I figured you'd be
Of all
wanting someone
people.
to send you a letter right about now, so I wrote one up for you. What do you think? You're happy, right?
Oh, yeah. Thanks, Bienfu.
I'll even read it for you. Dear Moloch Laffyset, I hope that this letter finds you in good health and high spirits. Thankfully, I'm doing well myself, with no major changes to report.
Bienfu's taking all this so seriously. It's so rare to actually see him like this.
As you're aware, I've been spending my days ironing Magilu's outfits, sewing her buttons, and washing her hat and tremendously long socks. Recently, however, I made the mistake of remarking to her that she might not have been quite as slender as she once was in her younger years. She hung me upside down from the roof in the middle of the cold. I nearly became a frozen Normansicle. It was so horrible that I couldn't stop my tears from flowing down my little cheeks.
There's the Bienfu we know and love.
But all you wrote about in that letter was yourself. And you even read it out loud yourself.
That's okay. Thanks, Bienfu. It feels nice to get a letter.
That's so kind of you to say. I think I might cry again.
Oh, Bienfu. Okay, yeah, so we don't have that. Let's see, is there anything else around here? Any other little scenes anywhere? Doesn't look like it. There is at the South Watchtower. Let's go there real quick. I'll just cut this part, so I'm gonna cut here. So we're on count 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so this didn't take too long to get to. I forgot we can use the geo boards since I got that.
It's all thanks
point.
to you the
Let's
construction
see
of
what
our
we got.
hideout is proceeding so smoothly.
About that retractable ventilation shutter. Please, let me make a new one.
What? Why? We already installed it, and it works just fine.
It's the hinges. When they move, it makes this unbearable squeak. I can hear it every time the wind blows.
Oh, come
That would
on,
be
that's
annoying.
nothing. Besides, anything we install is going to rust up once the sea breeze gets to it. More importantly, I'd love it if you made us a nice big pot, and a frying pan, too.
Not happening. I can't focus with that incessant squeaking. I can't work under these conditions.
Fine. You can make a new shutter. But make us a pot and pan while you're at it.
Can I also fix that autonomous hunter-killer anti-personnel spinning blade engine I made the other day?
That
What?
too? But you said you were satisfied with how it turned out.
I was at first.
What the hell is that?
But when I thought about it, I realized I forgot to install an off switch. So,
Oh
can I
my
fix
god.
God, yes! Fix it before it kills us all!
Great. Okay. Shutter first, then...
Spinning death machine first!
Nice to see little interactions like that. Yeah, so let's go ahead and use the geoboard. We weren't even far anyway. We only had to just like move one area. So we're gonna have to keep a lookout on Normandals. Even though it's not like a side quest yet, that's gonna be something that is gonna be a thing for us. Let me go ahead and look at this first, then I'll save.
We've loaded everything bound for Hellawes. With that much trade, I doubt anyone will suspect us.
Any idea who can give us cover for docking?
Not anyone in particular, but recently the power and influence of the Hellawes Fishermen's Guild has caught my eye.
The Fishermen's Guild, huh? Let's bring them some extra relief supplies. Fuel, drink, and as for the drink...
12-year-old amber draft. The sailors of Hellawes have an eye for the stuff.
You heard that from Dial, I take it. He's got a sharp eye.
He took a bottle in payments, but I say we turn a blind eye to it. We thought we were the best at this kind of thing, but having him around has been a real eye-opener.
Okay, but tell him if he takes a second, he'll pay for it. Eye for an eye.
Aye, aye. I'll keep an eye on him so that he doesn't sneak off with another bottle.
Okay, let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this before Fractured Daydream releases. I also have the 3-day early access version to play it 3 days earlier before release, so I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this game, like story-wise, before then. So I'm not sure how the recordings are going to be once the game does drop.
The supplies are loaded. So we can make for Hellawes whenever you want.
That was fast.
I'll at least try to do, like I said, one a day, but we'll see. Because I will mainly be playing Fractured Daydream.
Eleanor! Oh, what's wrong, Kamoana?
She said she had a dream about her mom.
When Mommy saw me, she said I looked scary. That she didn't want a scary little girl like me.
Your mother would never say that, sweetheart.
But how can you be sure?
Well, how do I put it? I know because I know.
You're just lying to make me feel better.
Aw, Kamoana, don't cry.
Oh, this is the part I hate about little kids.
I'm not a little kid. I hate you, Velvet. I hate you.
That's right. Let it all out.
Stop it! Stop it! Mommy! I saw my mommy! She didn't want me.
She
Deep.
managed to cry
Very
herself
deep.
to sleep.
They're not rational creatures. Sometimes you just gotta let them cry it out.
You seem used to it.
I guess you could say that. Laffy usually kept himself together when he was younger. But when he was really little, he had times like this every now and then. And on that note, let's take off all we can.
My liege, Dial, I leave Kamoana in your care.
I'll do what I can, but kids as sweet and honest as her are harder to deal with than corrupt bureaucrats.
An outlaw prince and a talking lizard are no replacement for a mother.
back here after so long. Like what, the first episode?
I do hope Kamalana isn't crying anymore.
Yeah.
Shush.
How long is it going to be before you send in another exorcist to replace Lady Teresa?
With these demons clamoring at our gates, none of us feel safe anymore.
You have our deepest sympathies, but we were sent here on a different mission.
That's what the last exorcist who came here said before leaving for the north. What could be up there that's worth all that attention?
Surely
So
we're not all
definitely a
being
theory
punished
in
by
that.
the Abbey for what happened with Medusa, are we?
That is not the case. Now, if you'll excuse us, we have business to attend to.
So the exorcists are just passing through town and heading straight north. Odd.
Expedition? What do we got? Let's change this.
Oh, can't a witch get a little downtime?
I think I'll
Understood. Let's do our best.
keep it like that.
Ever since the Calamity showed up, everything's just gone to pot, I say.
Calamity? What do you mean?
I mean the demon who barged in and made a mess of our fair city. She's a nasty creature of pure evil,
So
with
that's
an
what they
arm
call
that
us,
eats anything
Calamity.
that gets in her way.
Haven't you heard of her? The Calamity's been rampaging across the whole kingdom, not just here. Scant few have seen her and survived.
Huh. You don't say.
After the Calamity raised our ships and our port, the shipping guild fell apart, and our trade routes got poached by other ports. It's bad. The town relies on trade to make ends meet.
People are abandoning the city, and our streets are no longer safe. Not to mention the demon blight spreading again. Just the other day, a little kid turned into a demon. Just like that. What a world! What a world!
What have the exorcists been doing during all of this?
Well, Lady Teresa was in charge of this region, but she came up short against the Calamity and got a fat demotion for her troubles.
Dang, a demotion.
Several new exorcists have been reassigned here, but once they arrive, they all traipse right off to the ruins up north.
This has to be Medusa's fault. If she hadn't gone and done something so stupid...
Medusa?
That's enough. This isn't something for outsiders to know.
You're right. Sorry. I'm really worried about what's going to come of this town.
It sounds like Hellawes isn't
So
what
I
it
mentioned
used to be these
Medusa.
days.
We need to ask around and find out more about what's going on here.
Agreed. Especially regarding the Abbey and those ruins. I'm also curious about this Medusa woman.
The ruins part makes sense, since the Earth Pulse point might be there. But why do you care who Medusa is?
Just a hunch. Something tells me she's worth looking into.
You're not gonna look into this Calamity chick? She sounds like a real terror.
Yeah, I think I'll pass. I already know plenty about what makes her tick.
Are you all right, Madam Eleanor? Don't let those people get you down.
I'm fine. Thank you for your concern. But could you not do that thing where you blow air on me to dry my tears?
All right, I'll just put your head then.
That won't be necessary either. But really, things are in a terrible state.
The town burned, the guild ruined, the abbey all but gone. It won't be a functioning port for some time.
You can't fault them for being upset. They had it real good here until we came along. Those Hellawesians were like spoiled children.
How so?
Hellawes was once a tiny fishing village. The bountiful northern seas provided plenty enough fish to sustain their trade. But Flamestone gave them an easy way to get rich. And once they got a taste, they abandoned their old craft.
And now they're paying the price. But I've heard that the cooling temperature has covered half the northern sea in ice drift, making fishing much more difficult.
But the drifting ice carries tiny organisms, enriching the waters where it melts. The fish should be more plentiful than ever.
I suppose you may have a point.
We're ones to talk after what we did, but taking the easy path, then complaining as soon as it gets hard, that seems...
Spoiled, yes.
You said it, Lafayette.
I think my appetite's getting a little overindulgent, too.
That's not a bad thing. Just means you're healthy.
Giant squid come to these waters in this season. Should I ask Benwick to fish some up?
Yeah, and some normal octopuses, too.
Never had anything like that for seafood. I haven't even ate crab. Won't probably eat any of that stuff.
Calamity
Really.
is
Crab, maybe
us,
we'll try one
isn't
day,
it?
but
Well,
that's
we've been
it.
waging war with the Abbey everywhere we go, and now we're about to take it to a new level.
If we pull the next Therian off of the Earth Pulse point, it'll likely be Kamoana's village all over again.
The same devastation?
Ooh. I wonder if there's something worse than calamity that they can call us.
This is no laughing matter.
People turn into demons in part due to their own malevolence. It's not like they're entirely innocent. But if there's someone out there who's being forced to act as Inominat's mouth, like Kamoana was, isn't saving them the right thing to do?
I cannot argue with that, but...
You don't have to worry. I'm the one who will devour the barrier. And I'm the one who will do what needs to be done.
The demon attacks have ground trade to a halt. But people are slowly starting to fish again.
Are you a fisherman, too?
Aye. This town got swept up in the recent trade boom. But back when I was a young lad, this was a fishing port through and through. Ever since the shipping guild took over the docks, all of us fishermen got muscled out. Making this a commercial port has helped the town grow. But a lot of people weren't so happy with the guild.
It's too bad everyone couldn't just work together.
Once money gets involved, people change. That's true no matter what age you live in. The people know it's the ones making the money who lead the charge. But we follow anyway. It's human nature. I hope everyone changes their minds once we start rebuilding. But who knows what will happen.
Let me see, is there anything in here? No, okay. Oh my god, there's a bunch of points on this map, man. Oh boy, let's see. What do you guys got to say?
Hey, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Sorry, I'm busy. Try someone else.
Excuse me. My name is Eleanor, and I'm an exorcist on patrol with the Abbey. I was wondering if I could solicit your honest opinion about how this town is being run.
Oh, I didn't realize there was an exorcist with you. Yes, please tell the Abbey
Quick to
we
change
want
the
Lady
tune.
Teresa back. Her governance was strict, it's true, but at least we could live in safety. Now, all the exorcists run off to the Faldi's ruins and leave us here in the lurch. They value some dusty, faraway ruins over the lives of the good, hardworking citizens here. It's just wrong. We've always been cooperative with the Abbey's demands, and now this is what we get in return.
I see. The Abbey appreciates your, candor. I'll pass your comments on to my superiors.
So they are not happy. They weren't really happy even with Teresa, but as she said, they were at least safe. So they do want her back, even though, of course, she is strict. So...
First it was the
What do you
sailors,
got?
and then even a small girl caught the demon blight. I was sure it was going to start spreading through this town as well, but then, after that incident, it just went poof and disappeared. I guess I was expecting a little more after hearing how contagious it was. I wonder what really causes it.
Who knows?
I heard of this one village in East Gand where everyone caught it at once. It wiped out the entire town.
Probably
I
Kamawana's
hope
village,
the
I
Abbey
imagine.
develops a cure quickly. I can't wait for the day where we can live without fear.
And I guess Velvet's surprised because of that, because I mean that hasn't that in this game's timeline that probably hasn't been too
poor
long.
Medusa.
So it's
Are
quick.
you a friend of hers?
Yeah, she used to live just down the road from me. Medusa raised her daughter Diana all on her own. And then they up and murdered the girl.
Murdered? By whom?
The exorcists. Once Diana caught the demon blight, the damned Abbey exterminated her like a rat.
How cruel.
I felt just terrible. but I suppose there wasn't much else to be done with her. But Medissa, she hated the Abbey for what they'd done, so she barricaded herself inside the sanctuary. She just kept on screaming, all like, demons have feelings too.
What happened after that?
I wouldn't have been surprised to see her executed, but luckily, she was spared that much. An exorcist stopped the guard who was about to cut her down, said, "Don't kill her, she's receptive."
Receptive, huh?
I think that's their way of referring to her deep faith. Before all this, she was a real devout lady.
That was certainly kind of them.
Medissa really cherished her daughter. Can't much blame her for blowing up like that. But the Abbey, they don't care so much about feelings. Reason is all that matters to them. They don't take kindly to people disrupting their order.
So, you can see right here, no matter what, the Abbey will carry out. You know, their orders, their goals, what the whole place is built upon, which is exterminating demons, even if it is a little kid. You know? Kamoana pretty much got lucky because she was a Therian, but if she wasn't, then she would have been killed.
If you go north from Hellawes, you'll come upon the Faldes ruins, which are Abbey property. Mainly, it's used as a checkpoint for hauling ore that's extracted out of Mount Killerhouse. But between you and me, I hear the Abbey also uses it as a prison camp.
A prison camp? Are they capturing demons?
Heavens no! The demons they kill on sight. No, these prisoners are human criminals. Not long ago, this woman killed someone and locked herself up in the sanctuary. I hear she got hauled off to the camp.
Why do you think the Abbey would use the ruins for a prison camp?
Who knows? Maybe they need a place to deal out their harshest punishments. The Abbey's not known to be forgiving after all. But these are just nasty rumors I heard. Of course, I don't believe a word of it.
Also, there's a point up there. Let me go grab that. Let's see, can I get up here through there? I cannot. How do I get over there again? Is there a ladder back here? Yes, okay, good. I can grab that geo point right up there so we can use our board in town. Yes, there we go. Nice. So much better to have this thing. Okay, so we got something in Sanctuary. We got like 2 things in the Tavern. Sanctuary, so back here. Yeah, so this episode is pretty much going to be mostly dialogue as well. Since we're revisiting these areas, we got more of these, like, you know, exclamation marks and stuff.
Sinner,
So.
and repent your
Oh,
wicked
it's one of these funny ones.
Are you talking to me?
Yes, you, with those eyes that would belong on the Reaper's face.
Oh?
I'm sorry for bothering you, sir. If you don't have anything you need to confess, that's fine.
No, actually, there is one thing I'd like to get off my chest.
Of course. Go right on ahead.
This all happened a long time ago. But this Turtles brought over a painting by the master artist Beryl Benito. It was a gorgeous work of art. Too beautiful for words. The price was a little steep, but I couldn't help myself. Only later, I found out it was a total fake.
So, you want to repent for letting yourself be guided by worldly desires?
No, buying it was my decision. I don't have any regrets. Even if the painting itself was fake, my heartfelt admiration for its beauty was real.
What are you going on about?
Did you say something?
No. Then for what do you wish to repent?
The truth is, when I saw that painting, I didn't have enough money on me. So I swiped 100 gold from my little sister's hidden savings. That's the one part I wish I'd done differently.
I see. Fear not, my son. No matter what the Empyreans may decide, I know your sister would forgive you.
I hope so.
So out of all these little funny ones right here we've seen with the, you know, sinners repenting, Eisen's is pretty heartfelt for his, you know, repenting for that.
Come, sinner, and repent your wicked deeds.
Do you mean me?
Yes. Or at least I would. But perhaps you're too young to have done anything to repent.
No. There is something. I've kept it a secret so far, but I'll confess it now.
Is
And
it when he
I shall
snuck out
listen, my son.
as a Moloch?
Not too long ago, I found a slug in the forest. And I read in a book that if you sprinkle salt on a slug, it'll shrink.
No.
I wanted to try it out for myself.
So you sprinkled salt on the slug. It's true, that was not a good act. But if the experience taught you to respect life and its fragility, then the slug's sacrifice was not in vain, and...
No, that's not what happened. I messed up and I put sugar on the slug, not salt.
Oh my god.
And then the sugar attracted a whole bunch of ants to the slug.
Oh man.
And it was awful.
Ugh.
I'm so sorry, slug. You didn't deserve that.
Why didn't you just take the
It's
slug?
okay. I forgive you. It was all a terrible accident.
There's one more thing. I wanted to see what would happen if I poured sugar water down an anthill. And
What? I don't know what that does.
I'm sorry to you too, ants.
I don't know what that does besides just
It
drown
can sure
the
be
ants.
weirdly cruel sometimes.
But yeah, also true, kids being weirdly cruel. Weirdly cruel and very blunt in what they say. So is the Sanctuary Tavern. Okay, so Tavern. Let's check out the Tavern and then we'll check out the Star Point. Where is it? Upstairs? Huh, wait. Is it not here? Where do I have to go? Tavern. Is this not the tavern? Huh. I guess I wasn't. Weird. Okay, so there is a new one. Focal Escapes. Okay.
Hi! I was wondering if you'd let us put on a little comedy show. What do you say?
Oh, another
Sounds
comedy
good
show.
to me. Just try and keep it low key. I don't want to attract the
Low
Abbey's
key.
attention.
That's a tall
Oh,
order.
man.
Wherever we go, the boy and I have him rolling in the aisles.
The boy? Wait, you mean me?
So
I
her
sure
and Luffy
do.
said this
I'll
time.
play the straight man, you play the funny one. Don't sweat it. Even if you mess up, you'll be adorable. The audience will just lap it up. Did you memorize the script I wrote you?
Yeah, I think so.
Great! I knew you could do it! But if you merely follow the script and adhere to its every word, you won't be very funny. You need to ad-lib in your own style. For you, that's buttering up the audience and winning them over.
Ad-lib? I'm not sure I can do that.
I have faith in you, kiddo. You're gonna discover a part of you that you never knew existed. Just focus on finding ways to charm our audience.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
Oh, right! Then let's get this show rolling!
Let's see what we got this time for the comedy.
Hi there! We're a boy and his witch, your partners in comedy today! Magicazam!
We're still new to the comedy business, but we'll do our best to give you a memorable show. I'm Fee, the cute one, and this blustering
The
witch
cute
is...
one.
Muggy Lou! Wait, who are you calling blustering?
Meow. Sorry, I just suddenly felt like doing an imitation.
An imitation? Like, of a cat?
Not just any cat, a nearby cat. Meow.
You're losing them. Time to go on our charm offensive. Roll with it, kiddo. Every slip up is just a new opportunity in disguise.
See? It's supposed to be a pun on how cats sound and how near is pronounced. I didn't actually hear a nearby cat meow like that or anything.
He's explaining the joke? Are you going crazy,
Too
Laphicet?
serious,
What good does
Laphy.
explaining a bad joke do?
But you told me to ad-lib to try and win our audience over, didn't you? I figured maybe if I explained it to them, they'd get the joke and find it funny.
Just stop. Even if they get the joke that way, it's just going to be sad.
I don't mind that. I'm not afraid of messing things up. I just want to make sure our audience feels valued.
No, you have the right idea, but...
I guess I should mention, Moggy Lou's the one who came up with the script. She just made me come and act it out.
I don't care if it made the audience happy, you just sold me out! I can't work with you like this. No way! I'd say we got a lot of ad-libbing into our routine today. How was the show?
I'll just say one thing. You need a better writer.
It wasn't me.
It wasn't me.
Now we have demons rampaging through our towns. Northgan's really had a string of bad luck. The weather's gotten even colder. Mercio's port is blocked by an ice drift, and hardly anyone sails the North Seas anymore.
But relief supplies have made it up here, right?
It may fill our bellies, but not our hearts.
Huh?
If the Abbey truly wants to save this town, there's something we need more than food or gold. Lady Teresa.
They really want her back.
If only I could be pierced once more by those
he's
fierce,
in love with
cold
it.
eyes. Oh, punish me, Teresa, my love!
Wow.
Can we make it so that he
Just
doesn't get
wow.
any more supplies?
Lady Teresa, my life is for you.
Wow.
Wow. Just wow. Okay, now the final star point.
I can't believe
Finally.
the demon blight has spread into the city now.
Scary times.
Well, the one who caught it was a little girl, so they were able to deal with her before anything bad happened. But the problem was that the demon girl's mother tried to hide her.
That's only human nature.
These are dangerous times. We dare not let our emotions control us. One person's selfishness could endanger the
Funny
entire
they say
community.
that, but they most likely would hide their kid out too.
Right. Thankfully, an upstanding citizen noticed something suspicious and reported the child to the Abbey, but the mother went mad and killed him in retribution. And what makes it all the more lurid is, I heard the man she killed was a fellow she was actually thinking about marrying. The daughter had been dead set against her mother remarrying. You can taste the irony.
That's horrible.
She had it coming. If there's anything worse than demons, it's people who can't control themselves.
So, Diana was a girl-turned-demon who was killed by an exorcist. And her mother Medissa hated the Abbey for it. And the Abbey is using the Faldi's ruins up north as a prison camp.
It's a lot
Similar
like
to
what
Velvet
happened to
in a way.
Kamawana, isn't it?
It's natural for a mother to love her own child. To make that a crime.
What I'm curious about is the use of the word receptive to describe Medissa.
So long as there is one receptive to divine power, Therians shall be forever reborn. If our interpretation of that ancient book is right, it likely means she's receptive to Inominat's power.
Meaning they brought Medissa to those ruins where there's an Earth Pulse point, and then they made her into a Therian.
That would certainly put all the pieces together, yep. Plus, if this Therian the Abbey created already hates them, that's all the better for us.
Yeah, I imagine she'd be willing to work with us. Although, it sounds almost too easy. Did I jinx it? I just jinxed it, didn't I?
Probably, but we won't find out until we try.
True. Let's head for the ruins.
And don't worry, you totally jinxed it.
Got the Reaper's Curse anyway, so it was bound to be jinxed.
The Faldi's ruins or North Hellawes is different now, isn't it?
Maybe, but you've changed too.
A lot different.
True. When I first met all of you, I never could have imagined I would go on such a journey.
I could barely even think then. But then Velvet let me keep this compass. And Eisen and Rokurou taught me to be myself.
They certainly did.
And look at Dial. He's a regular part of the Von Altia's crew now.
Even Restless Bienfu and Grimoire are now part of our merry band.
Yep.
Hey, aren't you forgetting someone?
Oh, and the prince
Nope.
and his hawk, and Kurogane and Kamawana are with us.
Listen, I've got more part in this tale than any of them.
Hush. Whatever I'd say, you'd say it doesn't matter to you.
At last you begin to understand me. Magicazam.
Magicazam.
Achoo! Ugh. I didn't think Northgand would be this cold.
But Northgand was Teresa's territory. Wouldn't you have been here with her?
I think having my awareness controlled meant my senses were dulled as well.
I see. But the cold doesn't seem to be bothering Eisen at all. In fact, everyone else seems comfortable here.
If you shiver at these temperatures, you'll never make it on the high seas.
In my youth, I practiced the blade under the blazing sun and through raging blizzards. Besides, when I turned into a demon, extreme temperatures ceased to affect me.
The same thing happened to me. I used to hate winter. So that's some good luck.
But what of yourself? You seem to be handling it just fine.
I'm freezing, actually. I don't know how you stand it.
I loathe the cold more than anything. That's why I've armed myself with a secret weapon. I've
Hand
stuck
warmers?
thin, yet powerful, Cuckoo brand hand warmers all over myself. I even packed them in my shoes.
Really? That sounds amazing.
I'm willing to share, if you act like a dove. What?
Act like a dove.
Go cuckoo, like a dove.
Please share your cuckoo warmers with me. Cuckoo.
You're no velvet, that's for sure.
Dang. Magilu, so evil. So let's grab that point over there, and let's make our way to that little scene over there. Okay. Okay. Yeah, sorry we're getting so much dialogue again, but I mean, this is what you should expect in the Tale series, and also I can't go over there that way. So we'll just have to leave that. So we need to go up here? I'm surprised. I thought we already went up into this cave before. We're almost coming up on time as well, so I'll just do a little bit more. So this is the ruins.
Look, no guards. I think it's a good thing or a bad thing.
I'd say good. We can march straight in.
Very quiet here too. So these are the ruins.
I don't think we have a chance.
Easy, because these power hits when you get them. Lots of nice crits and stuff too. So many of them. I wonder whenever you get like these dangerous encounters, or like whenever you fight two enemies at once, is it always the same amount that you fight? Like, is there a set number of them that spawn? Or does it kind of change depending on the type it is?
Wow, all sorts of things popped out.
Yep, it's a whimsical wonderland over here.
I haven't checked our arts and stuff in a while.
I knew this would be
so.
big. What a treasure!
Dude, bone mask. A mask obtained on the Barbatos archipelago. Some believe it to be the mark of a peerless swordsman, while others say it was worn as punishment by a traitor. Now, I believe this is from another Tales game, and the only reason I really know this mask is because when the mobile game for Sword Art Online Memory Defrag was going, they did do a collab with the Tales of series, and you can get like Asuna in Velvet's outfit, Leafa was in Midla's outfit from Tales of Xyla, and Kirito was in an outfit with this mask on. I don't know what character it is, but I know it's from Tales at least.
Show him how.
It also looked like we got a new fashion for Black Bunny ears, and also Geo board. You can get skins for that too. Let's see. Yeah, Black Bunny ears there. Huh.
I don't think we have a chance.
Oh man, they were hitting me pretty hard.
Hey, is everyone all right?
Do we have any masteries? We do. That one's about to be a mastery. Okay. We'll move on to the next area, and then that's whenever I'll cut
There
this
sure
off.
are a lot of Malakim posted here.
They're probably here to protect the Therian, right?
One would assume.
The exorcist controlling them can't be far then. Be careful.
We never heard much about this place either. Whenever we were first, like, in Hellawes, I don't think we ever heard of this place at all. So this is really our first time. Cat box, can I open it? No, wow, 320. That is the most expensive one I think we've seen so far.
Woo, it's a biggie.
Hey,
Nice.
is everyone all right?
Maybe by the end that we finish this sanctuary, we might have enough to get that cat box. No save point right here? Okay. I'll just have to quick save. So, with all that being said, in this part we had tons of dialogue, as usual. But we learned about this new potential Therian being Medissa, whose daughter had turned demon, and then she killed someone because of her hatred for the Abbey and because that person ratted them out. And now she's locked herself away in the sanctuary, and she is receptive. So she is potentially a Therian that we, of course, are going to need. But in the next part, we'll be finishing out the sanctuary and see what maybe becomes of Medissa. So, with that being said, that's going to be it for this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.